this particular functions a little bit. Okay, so as a member function of a class, but today we'll explicitly learn a function. Okay, so that is what we'll do today. Okay, so now again, say for example, if you want to uh, create a function. Okay, so now one way is what? So you need to have the library file. Okay, so that is the best practice. So you should not keep all your functions in the same file. Okay, so all your functions in the same file. So now what I'll do, so I'll create one folder and see the method. Say for example, I want to calculate electricity bill. So say number of units. Okay, so what I'll call that as n. Okay, so n is basically the number of unit. So number of unit may be 100. Okay, or 160. So then, and let us take a simple tariff structure. Simple, so there is no block rate or nothing. Okay, depending upon the number of unit, you will be charged. Okay, so cost. Okay, so cost per unit may be 5 rupees. Okay, so then how can I calculate the bill amount? So the number of unit is 160 and the unit cost is 5 rupees. Then what is the simple equation to calculate the bill? N into S. Very good. Okay, so bill amount. Okay, so bill amount is equal to, okay, so N into S. Okay, N into S. So this equation you will write, and then what you will do, you will do print that particular bill, whatever. Okay, so print that particular bill. When you print this bill, so what is this? So bill is an integer variable. When you run this program, okay, so yes, so sorry, NC, yeah, NC, yeah, NC. When you run this program, you will get the bill amount, correct? So bill amount is equal to, okay, so you get this one. So bill amount is equal to 800 rupees. Now this is very simple program and very easy, right? So everybody can understand this program, right? So straightforward. Okay, are you following? All of you following this program? Yeah. Okay, so let us now, instead of writing the operation. Okay, so inline to your main program. So let me create a function. Okay, so what you can do, so you can define a function. Okay, you can define a function. To define a function, you have to start with a word called def, define, diff. Okay, then what you have to do, so simple, okay, so tariff. Okay, so simple tariff. So in simple tariff, what you will do, you will pass a number of unit. Okay, so number of unit you will pass. Okay, and then, okay, so then what you will do, you will calculate. Okay, so you will calculate bill amount. So the bill amount is equal to, and inside that you may be having, so normally the cost is fixed, you can keep like this, and bill amount is basically whatever the parameter you are passing into C. Okay, into C, correct? So then what is the return value? So return value is basically the bill. Okay, the number what you have calculated as bill. So this is the main program, correct? So this is the main program. So now what is your sorry, this is the function. So now you can write a function now. So now you see 160 units. Okay, so C is equal to 5. Okay, C, no need to give C is equal to 5. Number of unit is equal to 160. And then what you have to do, so you have to call that particular function to calculate the bill amount, correct? So now in this particular case, bill is equal to, okay, so you see here, I'm just calling that particular function. Okay, tariff. And what you are passing, you need to pass a parameter n. So now this is the definition of the function. Okay. So here you are just calling that particular function. You are just calling that particular function. You're clear. So now you are passing that n parameter. What are the things you have to understand here? Input parameter is basically n, and output return value or output parameter is bill. Okay. It's just a simple numericals. Okay. Numerical value. Okay. So even you can deal with vectors, matrices. Okay, you can pass classes. Okay, so that kind of things you can make. Normally classes are given to the function, and classes are written back from the function in most of the cases. Okay, so now this is one code, and then what you will do, and then you will print that particular bill value. Okay, so this is one more method of writing a program. So when I run this program, it also does the same thing. Okay, so this program also does the same thing. It will print the bill amount. But here what we are tried to create a function. Okay, we are trying to create a functions. You have understood. Say for example, you need, I mean, instead of in simple tarif itself, okay, you are intent to, you are planning to, pass the, cost also. If the cost is variable, then you may have to pass the cost. In that case, what you can do, you can create one more function. Okay, and even you can keep the same name. Okay, you can keep the same name, and what you can do, you can remove that one, and whatever the parameter you are passing, and you can print. Okay, so in this particular case, what you can do, you have to pass C also, right? Okay, so C also you have to pass. So C is equal to, say, pass 5 rupees. Now when you print that this particular thing, okay, so what is this? Yeah, C. Okay, okay, okay. Uh, just a second, I know. Yeah, we should be in a position to. Okay, okay. I'm just seeing. I think you learned polymorphism, right? So, what is polymorphism? Uh, how to give the same name of the function in Python? So, can anybody know that one? So, how can we do polymorphism? Yeah, number of parameters are different. So that we have done here because here the number of parameter what we are passing is 2. Here number of parameter what we are passing is 1. So in that case, so if I pass like this, so it should actually take, but I don't know why that is not. Yes, yes, many forms. So anybody have a solution? Okay. Yeah, so that is the basic definition of polymorphism, right? So now let me see. So they have defined a function. Okay, so which is doing, and then they have two functions. But we want this function name should be same. Oh, but it is there in different function object. So function object. So I mean this is also same. We want same function with yeah. So this is what we want, no? So this is what we want only in this particular case for simple tariff structure. So so depending upon the uh, number of argument, okay, So I think that option is not there in Python, I think. Okay, so in Python, uh, they don't have that particular, uh, this one. So they are telling us to use this one, this method. Okay, so what they're trying to do, so we have to use this one. Like, this is one way, and okay, so we can't define a function name uh, same no name. So this is one way of doing a program. So what they are trying to say, to define a function. Okay, so and define a function with argument and length of argument. Based on the length of argument, we just have to uh, so if this, so if the length of argument is 1, okay, so then do something. Okay, so yeah, okay, so length of argument is equal to 1, so then do this particular part. So now what is that part? So simple tariff. So if the length of argument is 1, we just have to do this, correct? So we just have to do this, and so then otherwise, is it else if or if? Yeah, else if. So else if, okay, else if the number of argument is 2, so then what you can do, so you just have to run this one. Okay, so this one. So in this particular case, C is fixed anyway. Okay, so n is basically argument of 0, right? Argument of 0, the first parameter. And in the second case, argument of 0 into argument of 1. Okay, so first parameter and second parameter you are multiplying. So in this way you will calculate. So now what happens when you run this particular program? So uh, ultimately what it will do, so it will return bill only. Okay, so you'll get that number, and then you will solve this problem. So now when you run this one, okay, when you run the program, same thing does. Okay, so now here you have some flexibility. So flexibility means even if you have some cost value, okay, so it calculates. So it goes to the next block. Okay, what is that? Arguments. Okay, argument of 0, argument of 1. Now you see here. So in this way you can achieve. It is not a polymorphism, but you can do different flow. Okay, different process you can uh, do in the same function. Okay, so now the thing is what we have done. So let us create a new file. Okay, so just rename that file as we know it has to be Python file. So it can be uh, uh, energy bill library. Okay, energy bill library, and it has to be Python program. And then what you can do, you open that particular Python program, and then you define that particular function in that particular file. Okay, so you just have to define that particular function in the file. Okay, and then what you have to do, you have to write a program. You have to write a main program in some other file. Okay, some other file. I'm just taking a new file. Okay, so this is the program I have written. So where the tariff program is there, the tariff program is present in uh, in other files. So hence we have to use from. Okay, from energy bill library file. Okay, import all. Correct. Import all means import start. So that means it will import all the things, all the functions and classes from that particular folder. So when you run this one, so it will does the same thing. Now we now you can see here. Now this is the a simple code. Okay, so this is the simple code what you have to do. Okay, so now you can see here this program only within 4 lines you can finish your work. Okay, So 4 lines, you can finish your work. So now let us go for the advanced version. So this is a simple tariff. Now I want one more function, correct? So I want one more function. So I want to implement block rate. Okay. So I want to implement block rate. So I'll refer this one. So what is this? LT2 LT2A1. Okay. So maybe I'll just give that one only. Okay. LT2A1. Okay, 2A1 maybe. You know, this is the function name, and you are passing some argument. What again here also you have to pass only the argument is basically number of units. Okay, so number of units, and here some constraints are there. Okay, so length of the argument. Yeah, so it has to be 1. Okay, so that constraint you can keep. So if the length of argument is 1, then what you have to do? So it is basically the number of units, right? Number of units. So inside that, if argument first argument, that is number of unit. Okay, so number of unit. Uh, so now here some complexities is there. Okay, so if here we have to use some logic. If it is less than, okay, less than 50, okay, so I'm just implementing this, less than 50. Okay, so then what I have to do? So if it is less than 50, then it is the bill amount is very straightforward. So that bill amount is that number of first argument, the number of units into what is the cost? 3.9 rupees. So 3.9 is the bill amount, correct? So it's very simple. Now, otherwise, if number of arguments are not extra or something else, okay, so you can print error message like you know you know some kind of error. Okay, error. So then what you are doing? So and also for this, if it comes here, then try to print bill number as 00. Okay, 0. Now say for example, this is the code what we have written for L2TA1. Now, so if I want to consume this particular function in my program, then what I'll do? So simply I have to call this particular function by passing number of units. Okay, so number of units, maybe I'll give 40, which is less than 50. And what is bill amount? Bill amount is equal to that function I have to execute, and then I have to calculate bill amount for 40 units. Okay, so now you can see here, I'm just executing. Okay, I'm just executing, and it is not defined. Okay, so it is not defined. L2 T1 is not defined. Okay, so yeah, L2 T1, it is there, right? Let me restart the kernel. Okay, so I'm just restarting the kernel. Why? Because I created a library. That library it has to identify. Okay, restarted. Yeah. Can you see here? Now, I think this is working. So for simple tariff structure, for by passing 160 and 7.12 rupees, I got some bill amount. And the second function is basically 40 units. So if 40 units is there as per this particular plan for L2 to A1 category consumer, if the number of units is less than 50, then 3.9, correct? 3.9. So now that is what we have done. 3.9 is multiplying with 40. So then it is 156. Now let us extend this particular program. Okay, so what we have to do? So if it is less than 50, then this particular thing it has to do. So otherwise, so if, okay, so if And you just have to use the nested if statement. If the same argument is less than 100, correct? So less than 100 units, then 4.95. Okay, 4.95. So now I think, is it for all unit? Okay, so 4 point, yeah. So let us consider not for all unit. So this LT2A, for the remaining unit we will consider. Okay, so first 50 units 3.9. Okay, so next units, if it is less than 100, then we'll charge 4.95. Okay, so in that way energy bill is calculated. So in the same way only we will try to do. So if it is less than this one, then what we have to do? Okay, so here, okay, so you see here, bill amount is equal to, so 50 units, correct? So 50 units into 3.9, correct? 50 units into 3.9. Okay, so that you already calculated. So, and then you have to use, uh, you have to calculate. So one more bill. So temporary bill. Okay, so temp bill is equal to. Okay, so what is that? So the argument. So if it is less than 100. Okay, so less than 100. 100 minus. Okay, so the number of units. Correct. So that is the total number of units exceeded 50, but below 100. That should be multiplied with what? 4.95. Okay, 4.95. 4.95. Okay, 4.95. So this is the next block bill. And then what you have to use, and your bill amount is equal to the previous bill and the temporary bill what you have calculated. So then what happens in this particular case? Uh, in case if the number of unit exceeds, okay, exceeds 50, okay, maybe 51 I'll consider. Okay, okay, so no, it is not a code. It's a code. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll just try to exceed. Okay, I'll try to exceed the number of units more than 50. Okay, so I'll make this one as 51. Okay, so I'll just make this one as 51 and I'll run. So local variable bill reference before assignment. Okay, so so this bill is not taking from the previous scope. So now what I'll do, I'll just yeah, here I have calculated, but it has to take from the previous. Yeah, okay, fine. Okay, so bill is equal to same statement, and come here and run. Okay, so the same program you try to run, and maybe whenever we modify the program, so the library we have to restart, so that it will, the new one it has to load. So where is the return bill? A return bill, there is some error. What is that error? So this should not be a problem. Okay. Okay. So now that number of unit I am just deducting, multiplying 4.25. That's all. And return value I'm trying to return bill. Okay. So if it is less than uh, less than 50, then simply we are calculating, and we are just trying to return that particular value. So, and why this error is coming? Okay, 51. Okay, so 51 is we are passing, and where exactly the local variable bill referenced before assignment. Okay. So is this the problem? So let me run this one, and local variable. Any mistake you will find in this particular program? Any mistake? Any mistake in this program? Can anybody? So after adding this particular code, I am getting error. So if I remove this one, okay, if I remove this particular part, then it works fine. Huh? Okay, so the 51 is the problem. So if I give 49, yeah, 49 is fine. 51 is the problem. So whenever, yeah, it is less. Okay, okay. Here, what is happening? That is not at all going inside that particular. When it is less now, when it's greater than this one, then it is not going inside this. So what we have to do, and we have to bring this particular function into the main, correct? Okay. Uh, okay. So now this way you have to make, because it is not at all reaching to this particular if block. So now I just have to run. Okay. So here one more condition I have to give. Okay. So there should be logical, and it has to be greater than 50 and less than 100. In that case only the previous bill should be added with the additional cost, correct? So then I think this program will work, I think. Okay, so let me, so I'm just running this program. Again, the same problem. 51. So now number of argument is 51. Okay, so greater than 50. Okay, is it, shall I use, is this only and? Greater than 50 and less than 100, it has to come here. So it is okay, bill is not available. Okay, so that means I have to calculate this inside this also. Okay, so because that bill variable is not available, correct? So I think this should work. Okay. Yeah. Okay, fine. This is working. So then I think we understood the structure, how we have to write a program. Now then we just we just have to extend this particular program for other two slot, 200 and more than 200. So 6 and 7 rupees, correct? So what is the logic? The logic is this. So if the argument value is greater than 100, okay, greater than 100 and less than 200, okay, so less than 200, so then how you have to calculate? So first, I mean, anyway, it is greater than 100. So you have to multiply. First bill will be the, you know, 50 multiplied by, you know, uh, 3.9. So that is done. And also you can see, uh, okay, uh, so this is 50, right? So this is 50 because if it is greater, okay, so that 50 units, 3.9 rupees. Remaining number of units, no, 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 no. This equation is wrong, right? Number of arguments minus 50, correct? So it is 51 units, 4.5 rupees multiply. So similarly, in the second slot, okay, so bill plus the second slot, anyway it is greater than 100, so hence 100 into 4, okay, not 100, okay, so yeah, so for 50 units, 3.9, another 50 units, the remaining 50 units in 100 units, it is 4.95, 4.95. So now, but we are less than 200 units. Okay, so less than 200 units. So now what we have to use, that the number of argument. Okay, so minus. Okay, so it may be, so minus 100 we have to do. Okay, so when we deduct 100, then the remaining unit which is crossing 100 we will get. So that particular thing we have to multiply it with 6 rupees. Okay, so we have to multiply with 6 rupees. So then again, this that this is again, you can give that as a bill, instead of so bill is equal to bill plus, like that you can make. So bill is equal to bill plus. Okay, so let us remove this one. Let that bill is updated every time. So here also we don't require this additional thing. So you can embed this particular things in place of this temporary bill. Avoid one variable. That's it. Okay, so so this is for the second block, and first block is straightforward. First block is basically this. Okay, so less than 50 units. Second block code also done. Third block code also done. So now the thing is, remaining one is last, greater than 200 units, correct? So greater than 200 units, what we have to do? So for that, so greater than 200. So if it is greater than 200, so less than no constraint will not come here in this case. And then here the bill amount is equal, is basically 50 into 3.9, then another 50 into 4.95, correct? So plus next 100 units into 6 rupees, correct? So these are all the bills. Then what you have to do? So the number of argument, which is the number of units greater than 200, when you deduct 200, the remaining number of units you will get. So for that, 7 rupees. Okay, so for that, 7 rupees is the bill amount. Now this is the function. Okay, so this is the function for LT2A1 type customer. Say now, I think here what happens now, depending upon that, it will work. Now, if the number of units, so let me restart this kernel, because Okay, so I'll just run this program. Can you see here? So this 51 is basically one unit extra, right? So 4.95 plus plus 390 divided by 2. Okay, so that is the this value. Okay, so 199 rupees. So now if I change this number, say 100 units. Okay, so say 90 units. So it is basically 390. No, sorry, not 390. So what is that? Yeah, 390 divided by 2. So that is 185. 185. So plus additional unit cost. Okay, so that is basically resulting in 293. And if I make 101 number, okay, 101, so then it has to be, it is what, for 50 units. Okay, so let me calculate here. Okay, so 3.95 into 50. Okay, so that is 197. 197 is basically the first slot cost. Okay, so first slot cost. And then the second slot cost, we just have to multiply with 4.95. So 50 into 4.95. So that is basically 247.5. Okay, 247.5. And for that 1 unit, additional 1 unit, it is 6 rupees. So when you add all the things, okay, so when you add all the things, so 247 plus 197.5, okay, so plus 6 rupees. Okay, 6 rupees, you got 451 rupees. So 451 rupees, but it is less, na? It is less. Okay, so 451 rupees I should get, na? 451 rupees. Yeah, so here I think what we have to do, maybe some mistake. So if argument is less than or equal to 50, then do that. Okay, and greater than 50, okay, and less than or equal to 100, okay, do this block. Greater than 100 and equal to 200, you can do this particular block. Okay, so and yeah, so now 101 means it comes in this particular slot. Yeah, actually I just gave that number as yeah, 3.9, 4.95. Yeah, while calculating I just made it 3.95, I think. So 3.9 into what is that, 50 units. So it was 195. Okay, so 195. Okay, so now I think when you add all the things, it should be a correct number. So 247.5 plus 6. Okay, so 448.5. Okay, when you see the result, 448.5. So first block cost is 195, second block cost is 247, and third block cost is 6 rupees. Okay, so now the thing is, what we have done, we have created a function for one tariff structure. So similarly, we can create a this kind of block for all kind of tariff plans. Okay, so then what happens, that this will become the energy bill library. Okay, is that clear for all of you? Okay, yes, yes, yeah, double ampersand also we can use. Yes, yes, yes. Is that clear? The function what I'm trying to convey to you. Yeah. So now what you can do, you just practice this function. You saw now when I'm writing this function, so a lot of logical errors will come. you need to solve that logical errors. So you see bill variable, I'm not at all reaching to that bill variable because it was less than 50, then only go inside this loop, otherwise don't go inside that loop, that condition I given. But I'm trying to return bill, it is bill, it is not finding. You see this kind of logical programmatical error you will get. So you have to keep on solving that and understand how the programming works, then it will definitely help you. Okay, so now I think at this particular point I will stop and I'll continue in the next class. So if anybody have any